Just a little bit of negativity before we start. Train, I just want you to know that, like, I didn't like the comment that you said to Dr. Felder. I just didn't like it, bro. Nigga, you're not even on the sideline anymore, bro. You in the stands now, man. You can't compliment niggas in the court. Like, yo, relax. Just calm down. Feel me?
Not too much of my best friend.
Nah,
now.
that's my man. That's my guy, man.
Not too much.
I felt the type of way. Feel me?
Why?
You mean I don't know what questions to ask.
And did I lie because he got on the phone and he said the same thing, right?
Come on, man. I don't know what questions to ask. Come on, man. We've been doing this. It's season 6.
I'm proud of you guys.
Like it's season. Come on, we're season 6.
I've ran into a lot of people. They've been on like season 1 and 2 and they stopped, but you guys are season 6. That's why I was like, y'all have to let me. I have to get on this podcast.
Come on. It goes to show things may not go our way. It may not go our way. One thing we always gonna do is come back swinging. You're gonna have to really kill us to get us to stop fighting.
Okay.
Like, you really gonna have to, man. Train, come on. You gave up a long time ago, man.
Or J Money
gave up.
Or J Money can just up the price by like $100 and we're like, yeah,
I'm gonna just find another place to go. I'm gonna record at my crib if I have to, man.
Ooh, he gonna buy the mics.
But we doing this. Train, I love you, bro. You my guy, man. Come on, man. Relax.
And you guys were super nice and super professional, and y'all got me on the show, and y'all got y'all stuff together, and I'm excited. Like, I'm excited to be here.
One thing about you good is we know how to treat our peoples.
Ooh.
You know? I didn't get a chance to get some water along the way, but, I would have had water for you. I'm happy you brought your own water. Mom, I'm sorry. We got water in the fridge if you need water. You good? Are we good? Come on, man. Even our peoples take care of our peoples.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
I was going to the pod, actually.
Yeah, intro the pod.
All right, man. Welcome to another episode of the You Good Podcast, man. I am the most dangerous DJ Eon with my co-host.
Scared, my brother Mike. Stay blessed. We in the building. What's good, y'all?
Welcome back, y'all. Damn, 2015, 2025, man, 3rd week. So it's been quite the year so far, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a lot. I've been quiet. I've been very quiet for 2025, right? Mainly because I need to gather up all the energy I possibly can, because I think once next week starts, I don't know if I'm going to stop until December. So I've just been chilling for 2025, but it has been very eventful. A couple things, you feel me? A couple things lined up. Some trips been booked this week.
Shout out to you.
Some events been booked up this week.
Shout out
Stay
to you,
tuned.
man.
Got some announcement coming through. But yeah, man, 2025 is definitely starting off the way I expected it to.
Good, man. That's what I like to hear, man. It's very, very important. And with that being said, remember, whenever you tune into the You Good Podcast, man, the podcast is always and has been and always will be about you. It's about your mental, emotional, physical, your spiritual, and your financial. The year just started. Get your money up. Get your money right. Take that next step. Don't be broke in 2025, man. We were broke last year. We're not gonna do that shit again. That being said, Mike, my brother, how are you feeling today, my
man? I'm great. I feel good. It's been a very, very productive week. It's been a very blessed week. Finally getting some sleep.
You were sleeping?
Yeah, finally getting some sleep. I've been real anxious. I've been really, really anxious. And for some reason I can't sleep. So then when I don't get good sleep, I wake up in a weird mood, right? I don't like talking to people. You could say the wrong thing, it's just going to make me snap. But I finally started to get some sleep. And I'm good now. I'm good. I'm in a very good mood today.
Happy to hear that, man.
Yes. How are you, my brother?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm chilling too. Currently, week 2 on the gym journey, trying to get back in shape. Work has been busy. That's kind of annoying, actually. But aside from that, I can't complain. My friends and family are happy and healthy. Actually, no, I'm still mad because they went on vacation and left me here, but that's fine. That's a story for another day, but I'm glad everyone's good.
All right, man. Real quick, guys, I just want to give a very big shout out to DJ Eon. This year he has become my gym partner. So,
fortunately,
he goes to the gym with me in the morning strong, 7 a.m., and it's not easy, right? Somebody that I love to see the best come out of my people. So, I tell him every time, when we're in the gym, we're not friends. And he's able to understand that it's all love. It's all for the betterment of yourself. And when we get out of here, we cool. We can go chop it up, get some smoothies, do whatever. But in the gym, it's a jungle, man.
He bullies me in the gym, guys.
Yeah. I'm not there to be a friend.
I get bullied, calls me names.
Yo, it is so funny seeing you struggle sometimes, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It's so
hey, I'm getting back in shape, all right? It used to be so easy back in the day. I'm getting old.
Yo, but it's shit that we can look back on and laugh, bro. Yo,
no, you gonna laugh. I'm gonna sit there and just give you the stink face, bro.
Doc. Yo, you ever seen this nigga do some planks? Yo, and this exactly. Yo, listen. I also want to say one thing. Sosa was right. I'm mean to Eon.
Yeah, all the time. I'm your best friend.
Yo, fuck it. Yo, that nigga. We was doing some planks this morning, son. Yo, when he fell, but not falling. That wasn't funny. It's the way his head popped back up. Yo, he would pop up and just don't know where you at. I'm like, I'm right here. Like, relax. We just did some planks. We good. But he's in there. He's holding strong. He's doing well. Lost a couple pounds. Yeah,
only 5. You can't really see it.
They don't say only nothing.
It's only the second week.
Come on, man.
Give yourself some grace.
Yeah, man. I'm struggling to lose these 5 pounds, man. Shout out to Eon, man. Shout out to Eon.
Well, with that being said, want to introduce our guest, or do you want to talk? Yeah, let's introduce our guest.
Yeah, introduce the guest, man. We can get to some other things.
All right, Mike, stay blessed. You do better intros than me.
Yes. I'm not going to introduce our guest because I feel like our guest is going to introduce himself better than I ever could. But one thing I want y'all to do out there is please remember that when you address our guests, whenever you see her in the hood, whenever you see her in the streets, a lot of y'all know her as friend, a lot of y'all know her as Beranda, but you have to put the big DR period next to whatever you call her. So our guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Beranda Felder, also known as Dr. Felder Online 1. I am the founder and creator and the host of Dr. Felder Online 1 podcast, which is scheduled to launch in March of 2025.
Yes, sir.
I'm super excited to be here on the You Good podcast.
Come on.
I'm currently in school. I'm a psychologist in training. So I'm in school now getting my PsyD in clinical and school psychologist. And I hope when you think of me, I'm the perfect doctor to help you with your mental health. So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet, right? Because, I think once you become the psychiatrist and the doc, they have this dual relationship thing where, you can't be my doctor. I feel like you and I, listen, you and I, if you was like my therapist or something, I feel like we'd have some amazing sessions. My therapist already laughs at my pain.
Okay.
Right? I feel like you would take what we have to talk about and just make it very entertaining, right?
No, I can't. I tell my friends, like my friends are calling me, I'm like, hold on. Do you want like your friend or do you want a therapist? Like I can't be my friend's therapist. I want to be your friend, right?
Yeah.
And I think like that's the good thing about us. Like we're friends. Like coming here, I felt extremely comfortable because I'm like, these are my friends. This is family. Like I've known them. They're at the barbecues with me. We're hanging out. So it's like a regular conversation. But I think like when I'm in therapy mode, don't get me wrong. When I was sitting and listening to your conversation, I'm analyzing y'all like, yeah, he a little anxious. He not sleeping at night. Makes sense.
Yeah.
He got to find ways to control his anxiety, which we'll talk about.
You feel me? Come on, talk to me now.
So I'm always in doctor mode. But I think like the good part of like knowing me, the person, is like you get a different side of me. And I think like in my therapy sessions, I try to bring that out though. Like I want to be naturally myself. So like sometimes I'll be in therapy and I'll be like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. And that's something I would say to y'all like, in my regular day to day. But I think becoming and being a therapist is going to take this journey to the next level, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited to tell the world about it, and I'm hoping that when people think about I'm struggling with mental health, or I don't know where to go for resources, or I don't know what to do, they'll be able to come to the podcast or the page and be like, all right, Dr. Felder said this is where I can go. Let me see if there's some resources there for me, and I'm extremely excited about that part of it.
Yeah, as you should. There's a lot of people out there you'd be surprised, or maybe you not surprised. You do the research. I just be talking on my ass.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that just, they be going through some shit. One, they never admit it. Two, even if they do admit it, they don't know where to go, who to talk to, resources, stuff like that. So, I think, what you're doing is very dope before you even start. Just know it's a really, really dope concept, dope idea. Very excited for it.
Thank you.
I definitely need to be a guest on it. So I just want you to know. I'm plotting. I already got my fit for this shit too.
You're plotting?
Yeah, I'm got my fit.
I love this. You know what's so crazy? Like you said, it's people, I'm not going to lie, when I did the first interview, I did the first interview on the Blind But Now I See podcast, which is my brother's podcast. He had me on. That was my first interview. And after it, people I didn't know, but these are people that I speak to all the time, was like, I'm going through depression. I never said nothing. And I'm like, I speak to you all the time. How I didn't know that? Or I have anxiety. Like these things are triggering my anxiety, but I never said nothing because I was scared. I remember I had lunch with a friend, and my friend told me that she was going through depression and even contemplated committing suicide. And to me, I was just like, yeah, I need to check myself. Like, I'm not doing enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have so many different outlets and I have so much knowledge. How can I not know the people that's closest to me are suffering? And that's when I was just like, yeah, you have to do more because you're not doing enough. And you're not that you're wasting, but you're wasting your talent and you're wasting you went to school for all this time. You gotta, before you can help other people, you gotta help the people closest to you. And I think that that's important.
Got you.
Yeah.
In your newfound knowledge now, do you think back to a moment where you say, damn, if I knew then what I know now, that situation could have went a whole lot different?
I think all situations. So I'll give you a perfect example. I just talked about like my brother a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like to tell his story, but for people that know my brother was almost 13 years ago. He was shot and he was shot in his head twice.
Mhm.
And as a result, he lost his eyesight. He's perfectly fine in other ways, but he just lost his eyesight. And I think that during the time he was going through PTSD,
Mhm.
a little bit of depression, because his life changed, right? Like this is a man who was up, doing everything, could drive and everything, and now he has no eyesight and completely depend on other people for things. I think at the time, this is before I was like doctor, anything, I didn't understand what was happening, or I didn't understand. I felt like sometimes like, wow, he like, we should be grateful that he's alive,
Yeah.
but not understanding that like mental health is so real. And like a lot of Black people, the number one thing that Black people suffer from is PTSD and depression. And I think that if I knew better then, that segment, because that was like one of the worst times of my life. Like my brother almost lost his life.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst times of my life. I think that if I knew the things that I know now, I probably could have helped him more and I could have understood what he was going through. But I think that now, like we're in a better space. I think that my brother he talks about on his podcast a lot, how he went to therapy, got through his depression, got through his PTSD, and now he's using his story on his platform to create a better life. And I think that influenced me as well. Like you have all of this knowledge again.
Yeah.
How are you not helping the people closest to you? Like, you know what I mean? These people are going through things that you're reading about. And mind you, I get patients. I see patients now for therapy. I'm helping all these people. They're coming in. I'm depressed. I'm anxiety. I have anxiety, all these things. I got to be able to help my people before I can help anybody else, because these people I encounter every day. And I also got to check myself. Like I got to make sure my mental is right. I can't help nobody if I'm not okay. So I think that learning all of these things have helped me be a better person overall.
All right, cool, right. You did say a lot that I do want to get back to. But first, let's dial it back a little bit.
Okay.
Dial it back a little bit. I want to give people a picture from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So, take us through your journey, right? You are a doctor in school and clinical psych.
Yeah.
Had to make sure I got that right.
Clinical in school. Mm-hmm.
Clinical in school, my fault.
It's okay.
Cool, right? But tell us a little bit about your journey just getting it, right? And how did you end up deciding that was the path that you wanted to go down?
So I didn't know that that's what I wanted to do. So like in high school, I tell people all the time I played sports. Like I played basketball, and I just wanted to play sports. Yeah, I played basketball. I just wanted to play sports. I went to Midwood High School, across the street from Brooklyn College.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I went to Midwood High School. I played basketball there, and coming in, they actually recruited me. So as 8th grade, I knew that's where I was going. And it was important to me. And I think like my family was just like, you're not going to go to the local high school. So I was going to a good school. I was in the humanities program. And I played basketball, and that's what I was doing. I was pretty good. Like as a freshman, I came in playing. So I was playing my first freshman year. We made it to the Final Four, and during this time, it was a big time for like women's basketball in high school. Like so, like this is when like Mary Bertram was a thing, South Shore. Like we used the Battle of Brooklyn. Like it was a big time for us.
Shout out to Benica.
Yeah, like it was a big. Yeah, they got beat every year, but it was a big time for women's.
Not too much on Benica.
It was a big time for women's basketball, and I think like. I didn't really know where I was going after. I knew I wanted to go to college. But in my family, I was just pushed like you need to finish high school. I'm a first generation graduate. Like so that was major for me. The fact that I went to college was exciting. I went to college, I played basketball there. I got a scholarship to kind of go to college. And I just kind of like was like, okay, I'm gonna figure it out when I get here. I just was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I remember going to a group, it's called Ladies Room, which is a group where they brought the local teenage girls from like the local neighborhoods. And they would educate them on different topics. So we would talk about like hygienes and stuff like that. And, like no shade to them, but like it was like a Caucasian woman running the program. Yeah. And these girls were African-American girls.
Yeah. I need a different room.
So I was sitting there and I just was like, yeah, this isn't going to work. Like, so I said to myself, like, I'm going to run this program. By the time I'm a senior, I'm going to run this program. Like that was my goal in my head. And anybody that knows me know that if I put my mind to do something, like I'm going to do it. Like I'm not playing around. So by my junior year, I was running the program. Like I had recreated it. This is when like Beyonce Run the World was out. So I was like playing that. I was empowering girls and letting them know like you can do whatever you want to do. Like these are girls whose mothers was like on drugs, or like these were single parent. They were in single parent households. Like, you know what I mean? Like they needed something. You're at this private school and you're telling me that I can go to college. I don't believe that. And you understand what I'm saying? I don't believe that. So I came in, I kind of changed the perspective, and I wanted to let these young women know that anything is possible, because where I am, I'm not supposed to be here. I graduated. I got my degree in psychology. I graduated. I kind of was in the field for a little bit. I worked at like group homes with other young girls and other young youth. And I was like, I want to be a guidance counselor. Went back to school. I got my master's in school counseling. Became a guidance counselor. I was a guidance counselor for 7 years. I've seen a lot of kids. I worked at transfer schools, regular charter schools. I've seen a lot of kids struggling, just like being minorities and being black and brown kids. Like, it's tough. Like, you know what I mean? It's tough. And they don't have a lot of representations in schools. And it was important for me to be there to help them with that. And literally, I tell people this all the time. During the midst of the pandemic, I was like, I think I want to go get my doctorate degree. Let me see. I literally just got on the computer. I was in the house. This is during the midst of the pandemic. I'm in the house. I started just researching schools and see what they had to offer. I applied to schools. I got 3 interviews. I got accepted to one, which is the school I'm in now. And they gave me a scholarship. And my mom was like, you got to go.
Scholarship. Ooh.
You got to go. Like, you got a scholarship and you got accepted. I don't care what they saying you got to do. You have to go. So that's kind of my journey. I tell people all the time, I didn't necessarily know that I was going to get into school. It was just something that I felt where I was just like, now is the time. Like, now is the time for you to go back and do what you need to do and finish what you started. And that's what I did. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So
That's
last question for me, and then I'll pass it over to Eon.
No problem.
So what does it mean to you to be like the face that, you say that you've been doing this for a long time in schools, group homes, so we have a lot of work with youth, right?
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to be that figure that youth could look up to and know that, hey, look, you resonate with me. You come from where I come from. You speak like how I speak. You dress like how I dress. You talk like how I talk. And, that person that can speak life into the people that you're dealing with.
I think that is extremely important. I remember being in school, like even just sitting back thinking now, I had people that was willing to help me, but a lot of time it was like maybe like Caucasian people. Like I remember I have a coach, like he's Caucasian, but he helped me through my journey. Him and his wife was very influential. And then I have another coach, he was African American. He helped me. I think in school we're missing that nowadays. Like I walk into schools, it's not a lot of us. And like a lot of people don't seek mental health services because it's not a lot of black doctors. It's not. So I think like people seeing me, it's like, she's from Brooklyn. She was raised by a single mother, right? This is somebody who is a minority as well, and she's able to become a doctor. I want people to know that they can do it too. No dream is too crazy for me. I tell people all the time, I love people who dream and who have a dream, because if you tell me you want to be an astronaut, that's fine. How you gonna do it? That's my question. No dream is too big. So I think for black and brown kids, it's important to have representations in the schools, in the mental health field, because then they'll let them know like, oh, I can do that too, or it's okay because she's doing that. But if we don't have that, kids will feel like this is not a place for me because nobody who looks like me is there. So I'm just trying to not only increase the awareness, but show like bring black representation in these places. I tell people all the time, I'm my ancestors' wildest dream. Like, you a doctor? Yeah, I am.
Big doc.
Yeah.
A DR in the beginning, man.
Yeah.
But most important, I do want to ask actually, if everything that you've accomplished so far and what you're about to accomplish in the future, why did you choose the route of starting a podcast? Like, what led you into forming the idea? What makes you think that you wanted to actually do this? Like, so like, why a podcast? Why not maybe not a podcast? Maybe why not a seminar, or like people can come see you live? Like, why do you believe that podcast would be the best way to basically spread the message that you want people to listen to? So like,
I think that it's way overdue. That's what I will say. I think that me having this platform is way overdue. It's something that I should have been started, but I think that I was like in my own head about things. I think that I was in a different space. Now is the perfect time because I am in a good space. I'm in a good space mentally. I'm in a good space in my life in terms of like career-wise, where I am. I'm in a 5-year program. I'm in a 4th year, so I'm almost done. So I feel like I have the knowledge and the courage to kind of speak out. And we're living in a different time where like social media, podcasting is the way to reach people. So of course I can go I've been in schools where I've like touched lives. I'm in facilities now and in hospitals now where I'm going in and I'm helping people. But if I ever want to reach people beyond just that's in my neighborhood, I have to get out there and I have to like use my voice for the better. And I think a podcast is the next step. The reality is we live in a time where people are using social media, and social media is influencing people. So if people are using social media for all of these other things, I'm going to bring mental health to social media and say, well, listen, this can also be on social media and this is the way you can get help. Because regardless of what people say, they're looking, they're watching. Like, people are looking at I go all the time, I look on my page, people are watching my podcast, they're watching my clips, and they're waiting. Who knows, I might put something in the caption, whether they like it, follow, or anything. If I put a resource in the caption, they may go there and go get therapy. And I'm totally fine with that. I think this podcast and being on social media is going to help me reach a different level of people, and I'm super excited about that. So that's why our podcast is necessary.
all right. Yo, March 2025, man. The podcast is dropping.
Y'all coming to the launch party?
Oh yeah. If I'm invited, I'm there.
Send me an invite. Of course we'll pull
I'm
up.
saying I want the you good people there. I mean, y'all have me up here, so
Of course. I would be upset because I remember I used to bother you a couple years ago because I never got an invite to your birthday party, but it's cool. Sorry, man. It was a sneaker ball too. I had a nice fit and some good kicks.
Oh yeah, the sneaker gal.
Yeah.
I remember. I saw
God,
that.
the sneaker gal
that was
epic.
Yeah,
was
of course.
all over
I'm
social
sure
media.
It looked beautiful.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that this podcast and this podcast launch party is going to be all over social media too.
Of course. I just want my invite.
Yo, Mike.
On my invite.
We're to uplift people.
I'm sorry. Positive,
no grudges here.
No.
Not this episode.
We started off on a different foot. You guys invited me into your space.
I'll be there.
So you're definitely going to be invited, but y'all better show up.
I'll be there. Wait, you gotta give me a day. Oh shit. Oh.
Y'all better show
Now,
up.
if it's in
because
March, yeah, I don't got nothing to do in March.
You don't have I have nothing to do in March.
I got nothing to do in
Yeah,
March.
it's March.
So in March,
Everybody should be free.
Except for one day.
I'm saying in March, what's going to happen is I'm going to have, because I'm actually shooting a podcast now. Like a lot of my guests were shooting episodes now.
Also, you already have episodes lined up and get rid of content.
Because let's be honest, I'm still in school. I got to focus on that.
Yeah,
I'm applying for applications to work in a hospital right now. To intern there. So like I want to make sure that I give myself grace. I got to make sure I'm good. So I'm filming my episodes now, but at the thing that makes the podcast party so important too is because I'm going to have clips and I'm going to play them for my people, and I want like these are going to be like my closest people I'm going to invite. And I want y'all to be honest, like Bino, like this sounds ridiculous. Like or not be people need to hear this. And I think what's so important and so good about the podcast is like when I reached out to people, it was people from different parts of mental health, like people like I'm going through postpartum. I need to tell my story. I'm like, wow. I need to put this out there for women. Men like, I'm a black man and I'm going through depression and this is too much pressure on me. I'm like, no. Black men need to hear that. Let me put this out. I have people who like lost people, whether they lost their children or lost their mate, and they're like, I'm grieving. I want to put this out to help somebody. And that's the thing. This podcast is really for everybody because there's so many different people suffering from different parts of like mental health. You're going to resonate with somebody. Yeah. Like you're going to resonate with somebody. So it's not like a podcast just for women or just for men. Nah, we gonna have so many good guests. Like you'll be like, B, I went through that and like I didn't know how to get through that, but now because this person spoke about it, I know where to go. So are you speaking to anybody right now regarding like tips and ideas, bounce ideas off for the podcast? Is anybody in your corner like, you know, sort of coaching you up? Yeah, so definitely, like I said, my brother, he's been a big coach. I kind of called him and I pitched the idea to him. His podcast again is the Blind But Now I See podcast, and he was like, "Come on the podcast." Like, I'll have a question about how to do certain things. He'll be like, "This is how you do it," or "This is what you're supposed to do." And then also my best friend Train. I pitched he's one of the first.
Why?
I like literally remember.
Yo,
I was thinking
that's messy. Like,
you ain't no athlete. You Sean Bradley. Yo,
he's so messy. I remember. I know when I want something because like. I like think about it. Like I think about it all day. When I go to sleep, it's on my mind. When I wake up, it's on my mind. I'm like, Beranda. That's how it was with school. Like it was on my mind. When something is heavy on my heart, it's like I want it. Like, and that's with everything. So I remember just hitting him up. I'm like, yo, listen, I have an idea. Gave the idea to him, and he was like, I'm gonna let you know right now. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. This and this. So he kind of gave me, and I was like, I guess he's trying to say don't start the podcast. All right. But then he kind of gave me the positive side and was like, listen, if you're gonna do it, this and this is what you got to do. And I think that I like to say, ever since we had that conversation, I've been nonstop. I've been like setting goals and been accomplishing them. I've been reaching out to people like, I need to get my story out there. I've been filming my episodes. I got this launch party coming. So like the other day, he actually hit me up and was like, all right, you actually sticking to what you said you're going to do. And I'm like, yeah, I want it. Like I told you I want it. So I know podcasting isn't easy and everybody's doing it, but I think I'm special because how many other black doctors you know you can go to their page right now and look for mental health tips?
Not much.
Okay.
Not much.
How many black doctors can you call right now on your phone? That's psychologists. Okay, well now y'all got me. So there we go.
I mean, I'm definitely appreciative, right? And you know, I think what Train said is definitely true. Yeah. Because a lot of times when starting out in this podcast game, people think, you know, I'm just gonna talk and I'm gonna bring the people in, or you know, they have this very bare minimum like mindset to it. I'm just gonna do this, and the people are gonna come because I'm good enough for them.
For the shit. That was us until when we first started.
Was your journey?
That was us until we decided like we really just want to make a platform where people are comfortable, where they can discuss their true selves, what they have going on, and that whoever's listening, you could reach somebody. Like we want to bring people with different diverse backgrounds, different fields. Just come on and talk. That's the whole purpose of the You Good podcast, because we wanted whoever's listening, we want it to be about you. But originally, it was just a joke at a bar.
Yeah.
But we built it to this.
Let's be honest. You're gonna get people up there who's like, I love what you're saying. Like, yes, you help me. And there's gonna be some people like, I hate you. Like, you look crazy. You sound crazy.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people that's like, therapy doesn't help nobody. Mental health isn't real. I don't believe in that. I'm not anxious. I'm not depressed. But then they go home and they're crying at night because things that happened in their childhood and they can't talk to nobody about it because your parents told you what happened in this house stays in this house, right? So like, of course I'm going to give my opinions and I'm going to speak about my experiences, but the good thing about, I tell people I speak about facts. This is not things that I think. This is what I know. Like, our childhood is affecting who we are as adults. And there's some people that I know, they cannot be good adults because their childhood was so messed up. You haven't worked through whatever you've been through in your childhood, which is why you can't be a good adult. You're not a good human being.
You didn't learn basic human like mannerisms or communication styles.
Come on.
You didn't do that as a child. How you gonna do that as an adult?
Or you didn't have any attachment. Some people, you didn't have an attachment with your mother or your father, and you're wondering why you're struggling with the opposite sex. Hello.
Come on, man.
Come on. We have to acknowledge, and this is the thing that I hate. People want to have, I don't want to have debates. I want to have conversations. Like, let's talk about it, right? And when you come to me, I'm going to come to you with facts. I want you to bring your facts, and we're going to compare them, and we're either going to agree to disagree, or you're going to learn something, and I'm going to learn something. People don't want to talk about it, and that's the problem. Like, a lot of time in the Black community, we're told not to talk about our problems or what we've been through. That's why you're suffering. You need to go out there and talk to a therapist, somebody who's mutual. Please.
You're on that journey, Mike.
I need your opinion on something.
I love this. Talk to me.
I need your opinion on something, man.
Okay.
Do you think you can get over something in 2 days?
Jesus fucking Christ, Mike. Why are you hating about that?
Do you think you can get over something in 2 days?
They say to break a habit, it takes at least 14 to 21 days to break.
At least 14 to 21 days, right?
To break a habit, yes.
It's just January 17th. But so 2 days, I don't want to say it's impossible, but how likely is it that if something happens to you, like that you never thought would happen to you, right? Or something that's like, wow, it's going to rock your world for a little bit. Can you get over it in 2 days?
I don't think so. And let me tell you something. I'm a Cancer. I'm a true Cancer.
Okay.
So I'm very emotional. Things hurt my feelings. Like, you only know like the other side of me, the badass side of me. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm very like, you hurt my feelings. Like, I need like 2 months to get over it. I need time. Like, especially if I love you, I need time because people, places, and things ultimately, change our moods and our feelings and affect our mental health. So don't let nobody tell you you're supposed to get over nothing in 2 days. Come
on. Okay, so a little bit. I'm going to shy away from you for a little bit. Eon, have you come to reality yet or no?
I'm good, man.
Did Eon hurt your feelings?
What? What? Nah, so in our last episode, and shout outs to all the feedback we've gotten from the last episode.
I saw the last episode.
Yeah, so shout outs to everything from the last episode. So you saw it. You saw the conversation between...
I saw the conversation. I saw the ghosting conversation.
Come on.
Okay.
I tune in.
This has been a good episode.
So from your professional standpoint, right? Talk to Eon and have him understand, one, how important it is for him to process his emotions, and two, why nobody in the room believed him then.
No one.
Do we still believe him now? Because I don't. Right?
Eon, I'm going to say this to you.
Oh, God.
Yes!
You guys ready for this? I want to be your friend, not your therapist. So I am not going to sit here and tell you the way to process your emotions. I'm your friend. This is family. I'm happy to be here. And that's that.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Felder.
She don't want to hurt your feelings, man. That's what that meant. So you lying to yourself.
No, he's not lying to himself.
I'm okay, man. Like, I really don't like. Look, we're here to talk about you and the podcast.
No, I'm here to speak in general. I'm here with family.
Was it this week or last week? Yes. Before we ended the first week, I literally like spoke up to you like after we just finished our gym session. Like, yo, like Mike, I'm not over it. I literally turned to you. Like, we were walking in the cold. Like, bro, I'm not over it. Like, because shit doesn't make sense, and it still doesn't. But however, I'm going to move on. Like, I'm going to process it. I'm going to move on. Life happens. There's so much to look forward to this year. Yeah. So much going on this year. I don't really want to dwell on that.
I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better.
That was powerful. I love that.
That sounds like a self-aware man, ladies.
Shut up, Mike.
To anyone listening out there, someone who's learning to process emotions. I'm happy for you.
I'm learning. I'll get there. Like, the goal this year is to find a therapist too. So Because I just found out. No, sidebar, like completely random. Like my 6th grade teacher from middle school passed away yesterday. But no. I mean, you can say sorry, but
wait a minute. Are we not gonna miss her?
Huh?
Are we not grieving?
I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you felt like it was important enough to bring up.
Right.
No,
I'm like, my condolences. I'm about to get into grieving mode as a therapist.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, when you said that there's a lot of trauma from our childhood that we don't express, like we don't really like process. That old lady caused a lot of trauma in my life. So,
and you didn't have time to process it before her death.
Nah.
See
so
what I'm saying?
like,
go get you a therapist.
There you go. Oh, so like that's what I'm connecting the dots. I'm like, damn. Like, I got the message. Baba sent it to me. Mikey sent it to me. I'm like, damn. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless because when she taught me, I thought she was the devil incarnate. But again, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Sorry, man. She ain't gonna find you.
She might hunt, man. Her name's Miss Hunter. She hunt niggas. Old white lady. So I'm saying like, I'm telling you, there's some process.
What did I get myself into?
Miss Hunter.
That's her name.
Hunt your ass down.
That's why I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Hunt your ass down.
So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's a lot of trauma, a lot of things in my life, even as an adult. And when I was a kid, I need a process. So the goal is to find a therapist this year. And talking to you and talking to Mimi, who came on, who was on last season, like it really boils down. Like, yo, I really need to process all these emotions because I'm about to turn 30 in September. Like, just get it all out there and continue to improve as a person.
And it's okay. It's okay. Like I tell people all the time, even now, I'm gonna be this psychologist. I've been to therapy. It's okay. I've been to therapy twice. It's okay. Like, you know what I mean? People make you feel bad for wanting to go do something that's gonna make you better. That's crazy.
I'm so happy you said that because, you know, I always ask this question to the therapist, right? What do you do for your mental health?
So right now, like I said, I've been in therapy twice. One time it was mandated. One time I just had to go.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, yeah, I'm not okay. I need to go to therapy. So one time I went, like, I volunteered myself. Right now, like I said, I'm in a really good space. So I think now to kind of like help with my mental health, I'm a person that likes to be social. I'm social when I want to be. Okay. And I'm by myself when I want to be. So I've set boundaries. So like when I feel like I'm not okay, I'll call up my friends like, I need you right now. I tell people all the time, especially starting this year, I'm not being a strong friend no more. I'm not doing that because I was that for years. I am not the strong friend. And I want people to understand this. I'm not the strong friend anymore. I need you to pour into me and I want to pour into you. I'm going to be a good friend, but not the strong friend. Mm-hmm. So I'll be able to pour into you. I'll be able to show up when you need me to, but I need the same back because I realize I'll be pouring from my cup and then there'll be nothing in there and I'll be sitting there sad. You know what I mean? So I think this year, like I have great people around me who like pour into me and kind of when my cup is not empty, they fill it up. Yeah. And that's important to have. And then I have my days too where you got to be by yourself and you just got to just be able to, you know what I mean? Think yourself and think through things and kind of really analyze things. I'm a big person. Like I analyze. I'll replay things in my head. Like that's just who I am. But that's important for me.
I'm the same person.
Yeah. Like you got to, some people be like, oh, I go to yoga. I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to do that. Some people, meditation is another big one that people's been doing. I try to do that, but in meditation, I'll sit and think about the 100 things I gotta do. My thoughts all ravaging. Over. So meditation is not really good for me, but it works for some people. I know some people, I'm not gonna lie, sleep has been important to me. Mm. I haven't been sleeping. I'll be up, I'll go to work, and then I'll come home and I'll study for all these hours, and then I'm looking like a zombie when people see me. Now I'm going to sleep. If I need to get me a good 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, because you need 8. Yeah. I'm gonna get something that makes me feel good. And also setting boundaries, saying no. Like, so people be like, oh, you coming to do this? No. Why? Because I don't want to. I don't have to have an excuse. I could just want to stay in the house and watch my favorite show. Are you going to come out? No. And it's okay. You know what I mean? So I think like setting boundaries have helped my mental health tremendously as well.
Yeah. And your people who really love you will understand.
They get it.
It's like, it's not today, not tonight. You know.
Or some people who really love me don't get in. They're like, why are you acting like that? Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow and we'll talk through it. But tonight I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, this is about me.
I think, feel free to agree or disagree with me here, right? I think you mentioned something about being a strong friend. I think being the strong friend is the worst friend you could be in the group, right? I think that is the worst friend that you can be in the group. There's a party friend, there's like an organized friend, but being a strong friend where everybody come to you with their issues and their mental problems, is the worst thing you can possibly be in a group. You know?
Imagine being the strong friend and then being the friend that's like the psychologist. So my friends would come here like, you're a psychologist, you know, and I'd be looking at them like, I'm not in doctor mode right now. I'm just trying to be Beranda. Like, what do you mean? Like, we hanging out. What do you mean? I don't want to do that. So I think for me, I had to check that though. Like I said, because I would notice, and I got mad. The crazy thing is I would get mad when like certain things happen to me and nobody kind of called to show up. I would be pissed. I would be pissed. You hear me? And it's just like
break the studio in half.
Yeah,
right now.
To me. I would like certain things will be happening to me, and if somebody didn't call, or like one thing I didn't like is when people be like, they call and just start talking. I'd be like, she didn't even ask me how I'm feeling, how my day is. I would be mad. Nah, I'm not that no more. Sorry, I'm not. You gotta. My friends know. I'll do things where I'll text my friends. I don't want nothing. I'm doing a temperature check. How you feeling?
Yeah.
Is today a good day?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to train you. You better approach me the same way. Like, I don't want to be the strong friend and I don't want to be your doctor friend. Those are two different things. I'm going to be a good friend, but I'm done being a strong friend. That's the worst thing you could be. I'm done.
Fuck being a strong friend, man. That shit is it's too much.
Mike, are you the strong friend?
I feel like I'm the strong friend.
Why do you feel like you're the strong friend?
You know, I feel like when people reach out, right? Like, you gotta be like, I don't want to disrespect my other friends. It's just, I know that I'm the friend that actually like calls and checks on you.
Yeah.
Right? And I know that people be like, yo, Mike, how did you do to bypass this issue? Or somebody will call me up with their problems and stuff like that. Or they know like, if they need something, they can call me and they just need like somebody to hear them out. That's me, right? And I do bi-weekly calls on all my men. Like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Mental, you know, so they got accustomed to that, right? So like, it's like they wait to like, you know, I don't want to say they wait, but, you know, when they call me, it's like, all right, they got something to say. They got something to share, get off their chest.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't get paid to be your therapist. I do it out of love. I do it because I love y'all.
Right.
And I want to make sure all my peoples is good.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, you got to make sure that you're doing this thing. Because while all this stuff is happening, if I call you 6 weeks straight and you telling me 6 weeks what's going on with you, but not once in those 6 weeks you ask me, yo, Mike, what's going on? How you doing? How's the fam? How's the wife doing? How your family? How's work? How's the gym? How's whatever? And it's like, damn, sometimes I got some friends that, you know, I love y'all, but I can call y'all and y'all don't give a fuck about what's going on in my life,
Come
man.
on.
You feel me? And if I'm not calling y'all to see what y'all going through, how y'all doing, I don't hear from y'all.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, fuck all that strong friendship, man.
Yeah.
Fuck all of that strong friendship.
And everybody have bad days.
Facts.
Everybody. So even though you're the strong friend, it's gonna be a day where maybe it's not even nothing crazy, but
That's
like
a
you
fact.
just went to work. Work is annoying. Your family is driving you nuts. The phone is ringing, and your friend call. You like, yo, thank God you called. And they're like, let me tell you what happened. You're like, wait a minute.
That's a fact.
I know you didn't just come and you think you're gonna dump all your stuff on me today. And that's how it causes people to lash out. You get what I'm saying? But you gotta train your friends. So the next time it's the next 2 weeks when you're supposed to call, don't call and see what happens. See if
I'm
they're
just not gonna hear from
You're
them.
not gonna hear from
I'm
them
not.
until like
This is
They won't call you.
I've done the scientific method already.
you
I have
won't-
my
you won't-
hypothesis.
You won't hear from them until the holidays.
Yeah,
You get
that's
that
a
Merry
fact.
Christmas text.
Well, maybe now that you put it on
Happy Thanksgiving.
their podcast, they'll think twice. Like, maybe I need to call and check on him.
Yeah,
See how
okay,
he's
we'll
doing.
see if they even hear this episode. We'll see. Yo,
Now we can clip this up. They'll hear it.
some of them will listen. Some of them like, yeah, like,
No, honestly, for me, I had to tell some of my friends. Like, I
Yeah.
told them, I was like, I want y'all to know I'm not the strong friend anymore. And sometimes I need you to call and check up on me. I told them.
Yeah.
Like, I told them that.
I gotta work on that.
Especially when I like started like this program, because like getting my doctorate has been the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Like
Mhm.
I had so many things happen in my life, in the process of happening, and I felt like I got hit the most during this period. I don't know what it
Mhm.
was. I don't know if it was like God testing me or if it was just part of my journey. I'm not sure, but it's a lot of things that had happened. So I had to go to my friends like, listen, I'm letting you know I'm not okay, and I need you to call and check on me sometimes.
Did you have a moment where you was like close to rock bottom, or at rock bottom?
I think different moments. So one of the moments, and like I know, like I thought about this question before I came. So right before I started school, my aunt on my father's side, she was like the closest thing to my father's side. She died, so
Mhm.
that was right before school. So that like I haven't lost anyone close in years. So like when she died, I was like, whoa. And then like a year and a half later, her son was murdered.
Oh,
That was like, I literally like I like was living on my own and I was like in the house and my mom was like, you need to come over here and sit with me. Like my mom said that to me
yeah.
because that was like a major impact. And then so those two deaths kind of like tested me a lot. I think those was two of my moments where I was like really, really like just questioning things. I was like, why am I losing people during a period where it should be a good time for me?
Yeah.
So that question, and I think throughout my journey too, like a lot of people don't know, when you're in these programs, they tell you that you can't work. I quit my job. So it was like God kind of questioning, do you believe in yourself the way I believe in you? Like step out on faith.
Mm-hmm.
And I was scared because I'm like, you want me to quit my job? Like quit my job? Like not have a job? Like I'm working, I've been in schools, I'm comfortable, I know the kids, I'm making salary money, I got the car that I want, I got the apartment that I want, and you want me to quit my job to go to school full time? I was scared, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as young. I'm not young living at home with mommy and daddy. So I think during that time, I kind of questioned myself, like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, am I supposed to become a doctor because it's too hard? You know what I mean? Like I can't quit my job and I have no income. That's insane. But I stepped out on faith. Like I tell people all the time, I got a lot of people rooting for me, but I'm rooting for me. Like I'm my biggest cheerleader. So I stepped out on faith and I quit my job and I've been okay. Like I've been okay and I'm almost done. And now it's like you sacrifice now for a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that all the tests that I've been through, it's been tough. I don't ever want, and it's still tough. I don't want to take away from that. It be times I'll be like, I could just go be a guidance counselor. Like, I got my degree, my certification, I can go do it. But it's like, that's not who you are anymore. Like, you know what I mean? I was being mediocre and I'm not mediocre. So it was like, you're here for a bigger purpose and you need to step into that purpose. So God is like, whenever you're ready, I'm ready for you. And I did that. And, you know, it was the best decision I made. Yeah.
I love that. I love to hear that, man. Let's clap it up. I don't got my sound effects.
You don't have. How is it that we don't have sound effect? A beat pad.
And I'm here. Y'all got no sound effects. Come on.
Listen, man. Listen, because when it's real, life is gonna make the sound for you.
Yeah.
Feel me? What? Yo, I thought I got that off. Don't hate. I thought I got that off. Just let the moment rock.
Right. He's having a good moment.
I thought my shit was fire.
Yo, I don't understand how y'all collaborate together. He's very negative. You guys are very negative. Like,
yo, listen, man.
No, it's not. It's not being negative. It's making sure that Mike doesn't. Look, I'm always for pushing my friend, but sometimes the Mike gets a little bit too. He does too much. He does too much. You know, Mike. Come on. You know he does too much. He likes to instigate.
When I have conversations with Mike will really sit down and he'll ask me questions that have me thinking like, whoa, like,
I'm not saying
Mike's is that really happening?
I'm not saying that Mike's a good conversation. It's just that when you have a mic when you have a mic in front of him and a camera in front of him, Mike does too much.
He's excited.
I'm
happy to be here.
Yo, towards the end of the year, I'm gonna give a list of my biggest haters.
I don't ever want to block your shine, but I gotta really win.
Yeah, Eon might be top 5 in the biggest haters. Yeah.
I'm your biggest hater.
No, top 5. I said top 5. I have a lot of people in my biggest haters.
I don't hate Mike at all.
Come on, nah.
I have support him and what he got going.
Yeah, he's biggest supporter.
I'm his biggest supporter.
But the biggest hater,
wifey, and then him. You know, for me.
Nah, man, I don't got hate in my heart for nobody.
You can be a supporter and a hater at the same time. First, I just have a question, Mo. Was that fire or no? All right, never mind. We're gonna move on. There we go. We moving on.
I'm happy to be here.
We moving on.
Come on, man.
All right, last question. So talk to us a little bit about your village, right? The people, you talk a lot about, you want to make sure that your people is good. So tell us about your village and how big of a role they played for you in this whole journey to get into where you are today.
Oh, my village is important. I think everybody needs one. I'm blessed enough to have like a good family.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like siblings. Like my mom is like my mom is the reason why I am who I am. Like sometimes I'll get in my head and be like, I can't do this. She'd be like, yes, you can. Like you bugging out. Like don't, like, you know, she keep me stable. Like she keep me focused a lot of time when I feel like giving up or losing sight of the goal and the vision. I speak to her every day in the morning and at night. I have a village of friends. I just have good people behind me. And I think that's the good thing that a lot of people lack. I really have people that's rooting for me. So like my friends will call me and they'll be like, I'll be like, oh, let's go out. They'll be like, then you have a homework assignment that's due. Is it done? Like, where you going? Like, you need, listen, I'll be like, yeah, I finished the paper this morning. Okay, did you proofread it? Like, my friends don't play around. Like, and that's one thing I tell people all the time.
That's crazy.
When people say that they don't have good friends, I don't relate. I have good friends.
They said, do you proofread it? MLA format, double space,
I'll be like, let's go to brunch. Then you have a paper that, don't you got a test? Did you study for that? Like, or like, you know what I mean? Even when I told my friends and my family that I was like applying for school, when I got into school, they made a big deal about it. Like, they were like excited for me. And I think that you need people around you that genuinely love you. And that's important. Like, I have that. I just actually finished all of the qualifications to get my second master's because you get a master's along the way.
Okay.
So I'm now going to have a master's in education.
Can't pick up master's, on the way to the doctorate.
Second
Cool.
master.
Yeah.
Second master.
On the way to the doctor, it's cool.
Yeah, and then my
Sunlight.
I'll just take this along the way. Like when you're in like Walmart and then there's like little little shit that you can get while online. I'm gonna just grab this master's real quick. Let me just go get my doctor. But all right, I'll put it in the cart.
I think for me it's like I have a master's already. So like the big moment for me is gonna be like becoming like once I get that paper that says you're a certified doctor and I can practice and I can really like I think that's gonna be the moment. So I don't want to downplay one of my friends actually told me, she said you got to celebrate the small accomplishment too. Don't forget that because that's important. And even my mom was like, you're gonna walk? We're going to another graduation. And I was like, no, let's wait. I don't want to walk. And she was a little disappointed, but I just feel like the next time I walk, I'm going to be announced as Dr. Felder. Like, that's my goal. So that's just what I want to give her. Like, I owe her that. But even this, they're like, oh, let's go to dinner and let's celebrate. And I'm like, okay. Like, even when I'm not excited, they're excited. Like, this is really bigger than me. Like, I'm showing, like, my niece, my nephews that if you want to be something, you can be it. Like, it's no dream too big. Like, people said I wasn't supposed to be no doctor. Like, my mom was a single mom, single teenage mom. Like, so statistically, it says that I'm supposed to be a single teenage mom too. That's just what statistics says. And the fact that I beat the odds, I beat all the stigma, I drowned out the haters and all the people that told me I wasn't gonna finish or I wasn't gonna make it. It's gonna be something big to celebrate, and I'm super excited about that. Yeah, and they're excited about that.
Oh yeah, we all excited for it. We all excited.
That's why y'all better be there. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all better be front and center.
I'm right there. I'm right there. I don't know about front and center. Ma got to be there. Brothers, train. But I'm in the back.
But you're gonna be at the podcast party. You're gonna be at the graduation.
I'm at the ball,
and I'm gonna invite you to the graduation party.
I'm at all the parties.
Oh, okay, you're not missing no more.
Yeah, I'm at the bar. Just know that. Everybody front and center. I'm where the bar is.
Okay, so meet you at the bar.
When they say raise a glass.
When they say everybody grab a drink, yo, Mike, you got one already. I got one already. We good.
Okay.
Feel me? I'm there.
And are you coming? Because you act like you're not happy for me.
I'm happy for you.
Hater, Mike?
You might come on. Listen.
I don't want to add him to my list. Are you going to be at the party?
Yeah, just pull up. I'll pull up. I'll pull up. I'll make a big sign. Congratulations, Dr. Felder.
Oh, I like this energy.
I'll do it too.
At the You Good podcast.
Man, we support our people.
We support everybody.
You need a DJ. That's the question.
She got trained.
He retired.
He can come out of retirement.
I think he'll come out retirement.
He'll come out for you. He'll come out of retirement.
I think so.
Everybody in the comment, tell DJ Train come out of retirement.
Come out of retirement, man.
Come out of retirement for Dr. Felder.
Just for the one time.
You have no choice now. The people watching.
Oh God, we're gonna have to have a conversation later.
For the free too. No, I'm sorry.
For the free. No, for the free.
Oh, my fault. Oh, yeah.
You did say earlier that like there's some like hospitals that you want to intern at. Like, do you want to top 3 hospitals you want to think about you want to intern at? Like, are you allowed to even mention them? I can mention them
because literally I just did the application process. I won't mention the one. So like the way it works is that you apply to 10. And then you get, like right now they're hitting me back saying like, oh, we want to interview you or whatever. And then on March the 3rd, it's match day. So on March the 3rd, literally I'm in front of my computer from 9 a.m. and I'm literally just sitting there. And then the offers will come in. And as the offers come in, you have to say like, yes, no, whatever. But you don't want to get caught up because if you tell this one no and then you get nothing else, you stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a very trying time.
That's like going into a D1.
And this is the second time I'm doing it. So like the first time I did it and I got my match, I literally was crying. Like I called my mom crying. She was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "I didn't think I was gonna get anything." But basically, I want to be at a psych ward. People think I'm crazy. I want to be at a psych ward.
You want to be with your peoples. See, you want to come home.
No, I want to be at psych wards. I want to be in inpatient facilities. I just feel like sometimes outpatient is like. People come in when they want. Like you come in, you get a little treatment, and then you ever spoke to somebody who's going through like mental health, and they're like, "I feel better. I took medicine today, and I'm all right. I don't need it for the next 6 months."
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with the inconsistency, and I know that's part of like mental health, and that's part of the journey. And I'm gonna definitely experience that if I do work at outpatient. But I think like inpatient, they're living there. You kind of get to like see everything that's happening throughout the day. It can be tough. I'm not taking away from that, but I think that is going to shape me into a great psychologist. And I don't want to just be a psychologist. I want to be known as one of the best. Like I really want to be known as like when people think like mental health, no, Dr. Felder, you need to speak to her. Like she's one of the best psychologists in Brooklyn. That's what I want to be behind my name. So I want to intern like definitely inpatient. Like they have different places. They have places in the Bronx. places in Queens, places in Brooklyn. You know, one of the number one.
He's gonna thrive.
Right.
He's gonna thrive in the Bronx.
Messed up. That's messed up.
One of the best mental health hospitals that they have is Bellevue, but they're tough to get in. I did apply there, so maybe I'll give you guys
a beautiful spot.
But and also at the party, my match is in March 3rd, so you guys will know at the party where I match to.
Ooh, do you have a date for the party?
I think you're putting a lot of pressure on me.
I just need to know.
I'm actually talking to the venue people now, so I'll know soon. But it's definitely going to be in March.
I bet. Okay. Let me know whatever day.
You gonna be there?
Literally have no plans right now. I won't make another plan in March until your date.
I'll make sure he's there. Him and Sosa.
You feel me? We're gonna be there, man. Oh yeah, give me a seat for wife too. We're gonna both be at the.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't invite you and not invite her. Both. I need y'all both there.
Okay, cool. Damn, there was a question I had for you, but I totally forgot what it was. Sheesh. Damn, what was it? Something about mental health.
Are we short on time?
I don't know. We got Walt, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Walt out in the building, man.
Yo, shout out Walt,
man. Do we have time? Yeah, we got time, maybe. We got time.
How much time do they have?
We got time. Oh, we good.
Hour, now, no.
It's Walt. 10-15 means 30.
Nah, we don't got to have. We don't got an hour. Then what was my question? Yes, mental health and these guys. Mental health and these fellas, right? You're very big on mental health.
Yes.
Just really quickly, just how important is mental health to you when it comes to like dating? And do you have any stories about somebody whose mental health may not?
No,
we can end on that.
May not be all the way there.
The last time I did an interview, y'all gonna get me in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
You don't have to say it. Nobody's forcing you to say anything.
You gotta say
no, but
names.
I be wanting to say it because I be feeling like y'all deserve this heat. No,
you know what? Sorry,
see, we just tell you we don't shame people enough. Go for it.
Not to cut you up, but what I used to remember is you used to have stories. Like anybody that knows, if you follow Dr. Felder, she used to have stories on IG.
Yeah.
Right? And when I tell you, I used to be like tuned in.
Same.
I'm talking about refreshing, waiting for the next story for her to tell us, yo, how does this end? Yeah. And there used to be some crazy stories, man. I think once he popped up at some nigga crib at like 7 a.m. Let me know if I got to edit this out. You know, it's a couple stories. And I'm like, yo, I need to like speak to this woman before your podcast even came out. I'm like, nah, I need to speak to this person.
Right.
So that's why I asked. Yeah. But how important is somebody's mental health?
I think mental it's important. That's just not in like romantic relationships. It's important in like friendships and everything. But I think it's extremely important for me in my romantic relationships because of where I am in my life. Like I'm in a better space. My mental health, I come in peace. You know, those stories that you was hearing before, I'm not experiencing those things anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm just in a better space. And I just feel like if like men don't know who they are or what their triggers are, I'm not gonna know. If you're not aware of your own mental health, I don't want to be my boyfriend, husband, therapist. I don't want to be that. I just want to be like your wife. That's it. You know what I mean? And I think like a lot of men that I've encountered, I'm not gonna say all men, a lot of men that I've encountered haven't been in tune with their mental health or they don't think that mental health is real. So I can't be with somebody who don't believe in struggling with their mental health. I can't. I'm a psychologist. I gotta be realistic. You gotta be, I think your friends, who you date, they got to align with your life and who you are. So a lot of times when I've dated men, they're like, yeah, therapy isn't real. You got to go.
No. What?
I'm a therapist. You have to go. I just really want to find somebody who like genuinely cares for me, love me, is self-aware, and is rooting for me. I'm like a lover. Like I like people who have experienced me know that I love. Like as much of a hard as I can be, I'm also like very emotional and I love people. So I just want my people. I don't want my people to suffer. It's a lot of men that I've experienced. They went through stuff in their childhood, and now in their adulthood, they're like, I'm fine. I've healed from it for myself. That's not true. I don't believe that. So I want somebody who's very self-aware, who know their challenges and who are willing to address them, but don't want me to be their therapist. And long as you love me and care for me and you rooting for me, we're going to be all right. Yeah.
I don't think, I'd speak personally, I don't think, my communication got so much better once I actually spoke to my therapist, right? Because it allowed me to find out I was wrong quicker, right? I always end up knowing that I'm, look at my head over there. Look, the hate face. Nah, but it's some of those things where it's like you think you right, and you might be wrong, but you got to be able to find out, what's causing you to react certain type of ways. So even now in my day, if I do something and it may not be in that moment, but I'm always able to circle back and be like, you know what? I did this. I apologize for doing this. This is the reason why I did this.
Yeah.
And, that's, I interpreted something this way. And, I'm trying to not do that so much. But I just want you to know that that's why I did it.
And even, that's so true that you said that. Even, with me, I'm not perfect. Whatever. Sometimes I'll do things and it'll have the person to do something and it has nothing to do with them. I'll lash out. And I've learned, I recently saw this, I was like, it had nothing to do with you. You did this and it triggered me and it made me think of something that happened before.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with this person. It was just that it may have reminded me, the things we see, smell, taste, hear, all these things remind us of past experiences.
Right.
So a person may move a certain way and they might not have did anything wrong, but it triggered you in a way. So sometimes it's not people. But even me, I tell people sometimes, I was wrong. You did this and it kind of triggered me or made me think of something in my past, but you didn't do anything wrong with me. And that's why it's so important to continue to do the work. Relationships are work. Romantic relationships are work. Friendships are work. Family is work. It's work. People got to be willing to do the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's important. But I'm going to ask you a question now. You said that your therapist helped you to see times that you're wrong. How has that benefited in terms of in your marriage?
Oh, tremendously. It's well, one, I don't put up a fight no more. Before it was go back and forth, and then I'd be wrong down the line. But now it's like, okay, well, I got to ask myself a couple questions. Am I valid in how I'm feeling, right? And it's something that I did attributed to something that she did to trigger me, or is it something that she just did that, because of her, whatever, right? So sometimes if you press a trigger unknowingly, I can't look at you as the villain. I can't look at you like, oh, you did this and blah, blah, blah. You did that on purpose, because sometimes it might just genuinely be something that you might have done and, you don't know that. I'll give you a very good example, right? So one day, back when I was young, my mom used to clean my room, and I used to get mad, not because I was ungrateful, but because there were certain things I liked a certain type of way. Yeah. So when I would come home and it's clean, she put certain things in certain places, and sometimes some things that was important she threw in the garbage. So I used to get tight to the point where I told her, I said, "Yo, don't clean this no more. I got this, right?" And then my room was never clean again. So then there was one day, wifey, she was doing something really nice to me. She's like, you know what? This thing was a little, it was a little cluttered. So she fixed it. She organized my drawers. She moved my lotions, my perfume, my cologne. Sorry, I wear perfume. My cologne. And I almost I don't want to say snap, but I was snippy. I'm like, why you did that? Am I dirty? Am I this? Am I that? Yeah. And she looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, why did you do that? You trying to say that I'm clean? You could just told me that it was dirty. I would have cleaned it up myself. But it took me realizing that I wasn't mad at her. I was traumatized from all those times that my mom used to clean my shit, and I used to get tight because losing it. So just the fact that somebody cleaned after me, I'm like, yo, I didn't like it. Yeah. Safe to say, she never cleaned nothing.
I bet she did.
Nah, I don't say she never cleaned.
She said you need to go talk to your therapist about this. You have an issue.
Nah, because she's a very good cleaner. But in terms of organizing my drawers, she didn't do that again. But I don't deserve it, right? Yeah. She did a very good deed, and I don't deserve that shit because she was just doing it out of the kindness of her heart. And here I am snapping at her. But it took me realizing, yo, that was trauma from back then that I just took out on you. Yeah. So, baby, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I've learned my mistakes.
Love that. Let's give it up for Mike. Let's give him a clap. Let's give Mike a clap for admitting he's wrong.
Organize my drawer again, please. Nah, man. But, I think, that's sometimes people don't realize, man. And that's why I get so passionate. That's why when Eon and I was talking last episode, I'm like, yo, bro, there's so much power, internal power in just knowing you. Yeah. Knowing yourself, knowing what triggers you. And it's not like you're going to get it right every single time. And certain things might trigger you to the point where even if you know it's happening, you can't stop it. Yeah. But you at least know it's happening. And it's down the line, you're going to look at stuff damn, man, is this something that I really need to work on? Or is this something that is just it's a lost cause? And sometimes some shit's lost causes, right? If somebody spits in my face, that's something that is a lost cause. I'm going to go crash out every time. But there's certain things that if you having that internal conversation with yourself, yo, you know what? You know this affects you, but you're able to calm yourself down a lot quicker and mitigate a lot of potential bullshit, whether it's relationships, whether it's fights, whatever. Right now, a lot of the fights I used to have back in the day, or potential fights, if I'm where I'm at now, I'm not having those. because I'm able to like look at myself and say, you bugging, Mike. You
Yeah.
bugging. And a lot of niggas out there are not able to look at yourself and say, yo, bro, you bugging. Look in the mirror. Yo, you are bugging. Relax. People can't do that. When you do that, your life's going to be a lot more simple.
I'm trying to tell you.
Come on.
You should know you better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Some people you'll be surprised so many people don't know them. Like I tell people all the time, I know when you say certain things, I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like that's because I know I'm very self-aware. So certain things I'm just like you said, I'm not doing no more. Like I'm a little older. It's just like you got to know yourself. And once you get to know yourself, you just like certain stuff is not even worth my energy.
That's a fact.
You got to protect your mental health at all costs. I tell people that all the time.
That's all you got. That's all you got. And that's
gotta
why
look out for you. Gotta look out for you.
For real, man. For real. Can you tell?
I'm sorry. Just like when we get in detail and deep, like I feel like I'm not adding, but like I just want to listen to what you guys have to say. Like I really like when conversations like this, I want to listen and absorb and reflect. So like,
you tell
it doesn't make it feel like that I'm not like participating. I'm just really paying attention to what you have to say because I'm very, very interested. So that's what it is. I'm focused. And what you trying to say, Mike?
I said, can you tell Ian where he can get some help?
Oh my God, shut up.
Resources. I can drop some resources.
Yeah. Oh. Can we get some resources? Not for him. Anybody listening?
Yes. There you go.
Resources.
Anybody out there listening?
So a good resource is Talkspace, which you can honestly, it's an app, so you can get the app on your iPhone, which is good. Talkspace is a good one. Another one they have is like PocDoc, which is another one where you can go and you can kind of like research a doctor. Also, for people who didn't know, because they talk a lot about like costs, insurance and stuff like that. A lot of these schools that have programs like mine, they have clinics.
Yeah.
Where you can go in and you can get a psychologist in training like me, and the fee will be like from $0 to like $50. It'll be really cheap. Where like if you go see like a psychologist already, it'll be like really, really expensive. So I encourage people to like take advantage of those things, take advantage of that, and definitely Dr. Felder on Line 1, the podcast, the Instagram, follow, turn your notifications on because I'm dropping stuff, and every time I drop stuff, I like I said, I give facts. I give resources where you can go. Some things are like very specific, like in terms of like grieving counseling. Those things are like real specific. And I heard a lot of people say in terms of like Black people, I want somebody that look like me. So I have some resources that I post on my page as well where you can specifically go and say, and know this in therapy, you can go there and say, I want a Black doctor. That is okay. Or I want a female doctor. That's okay. People didn't know that they could do that. But that's something that you absolutely can request. So I definitely say stay tuned. Dr. Felder on Line 1 on Instagram, and the podcast is going to be giving you guys resources and constantly updating every week. So
we're putting all of that links in the YouTube bio and in the podcast bio too. Good. Will all be available.
Yeah, I hope you guys. I just want people to win. Like I don't want my people to suffer anymore. And I want to see everybody winning. It's room for everybody to eat, and it's time like we start helping each other. Yes,
definitely. I love that. And there's so much space and there's so much opportunity for everybody to just, eat off the space, man. And then, networking and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to reach out to your fellow content creator, podcaster, streamer, whatever, and just say, yo, let's work. Bringing brands together. When she asked to pop, without hesitation, I hit I say, yo, she needs to pop up. Mental health is the bag, and even just her herself, it's, she's never done anybody wrong over here on these sides. So I have no issue with just telling you, yo, pop
yeah, you guys were super welcoming. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I think like that's a lot of thing in our community. Like we feel like we are so in competition with one another. Yeah. It's not space to share. Like other cultures and race, they share the wealth and they help one another because they want their fellow person to win. Yeah. You guys were super welcoming, and I'm so grateful for that. Other podcasts have been super welcoming and welcoming on their platform, allowing me to speak to their viewers. And other people weren't so nice. But I appreciate those that were nice. And I want to highlight those that are nice and hard, backing up Dr. Felder on Line 1. And the haters, will see them when we see them.
Of course, man. Stop being weirdos out there, man. You know who you are. Stop being fucking weirdos, man. All right. Yo, first of all, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. I hope you had a great time.
I had a great time.
Yes. I have one more thing that I want to discuss, for me. So speaking of like mental health, I don't know if it's mental health, but so I've recently been talking to a few people, and they put me on to this new concept of something called a damp January.
Yeah.
Do you know what a damp January is?
Is that like when you lightly drink for January?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is an alcoholic's excuse for not being able to hold it down. Now let me stop. But I just want to know, and please feel free to comment.
We had this conversation earlier too. Go ahead.
Why can't y'all just not drink? Now, I don't want to sound like, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I want to let y'all know right now, I will be out of the country next week or this week when this drops. And I'm not going to pass dry January. I'm going to let you know this right now. I'm on vacation. I'm going to have a good time. But for the people who just can't seem to, they can't seem to just give it up for a month, why did y'all feel the need to create a new term to support y'all alcoholism?
You know what's so crazy? And this is me. This is why you can't invite me nowhere, because I'm always thinking in psych terms. So I've been to AA meetings for school, AA meetings, and they also have something else called moderation management. Never heard of it before prior to my school sending it to me. And they made me go to like a meeting. Like I sat there, and it's real life what you see on TV. But in moderation management, these are people who are not fully ready to go into AA. So they're not fully ready to give up drinking. So they moderate their drinking. So like I know some people feel like, I'm not going to drink hard liquor for January, but I'm going to have wine. So it's just in terms of, I'm not ready to completely stop, but I'm going to moderate my drinking. So that's what it's about.
Okay, cool. I didn't preface it, but I just want to let you know, I don't think nobody out there is alcoholic. If you, do what you got to do. I don't judge. No, I'm not judging anybody.
I'm going to be a psychologist at all times.
It's all jokes. But just own up to it.
And if you don't want to stop drinking, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm not.
Listen, I'm gonna be fully in Nigeria, like drinking my life away. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
there's no damn nothing. The wettest January I'm having in the world.
Not your life away. Please come back.
Okay,
we got
not
season,
my life
we got,
away.
We got a season to finish.
Look at you using these bad terms around me.
Yeah. But look, I'm just going to say, you know what? I didn't do dry January. I drank. What is damn January? What is that? My man's coming up. Yeah, I'm doing a damn January. What is that? I Googled it. It's a thing. It's a real thing.
What does his damn January consist of?
Drinking.
No, but is he gonna like have one drink instead of 5?
Nah, he's
gonna have 4 drinks instead of 5.
He hit me. He's like, yo, I ain't drink all month yet. Nah, I drank the other day on this day, but on this day, and I'm gonna drink like 2 more times this month. Other than that, it's drop. Nigga, dog.
I feel like it's
bro, my man's.
I feel like it's Zay.
Nah, it's not Zay. It's not Zay. Zay
would never do a dry January.
Y'all drop names here.
Yeah.
No, Zay's friend of the pod. He been on here.
Yeah, Zay's a friend of the pod. He just don't care, right? But at the end of the day, it's just like
he's drinking his life away.
Nah. At the end of the day, man, it's just like, bro, damn January is not a thing. Like, just drink. Have fun. Don't, because you're just being, I don't want to say being extra. Like, you do what you got to do, right? But it's no such thing as
just be honest with yourself.
Yeah, you just drink or you don't. It's all right. It's nobody's judging you. I'm definitely not. I'm about to go drink my life away.
As you should. Enjoy your trip.
Yeah, thank you. I want to give my good flowers before we depart here. I want to give my good flowers to the good people of Nigeria. I know y'all about to treat me well when I'm out there, so, shout outs to y'all, man. Can't wait to come back. That's it. Do you have any?
I'm going to give my flowers to my coworker. You make work go by very fast. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Maya. Hope you never see this, though, but appreciate you.
I want to give my flowers to the people who are rooting for me. I think a lot of times in life, we talk a lot about the haters and who's not supporting you. I want to give my flowers to the people now while they're here, for those who root for me, who continue to root for me, who believe in the podcast, who believe in the journey. And I want to give my flowers to you guys. You guys started something amazing, and you brought me on your podcast and gave me the space to talk about mine, and I'm grateful for that. So I give you guys your flowers.
Thank you.
Of course.
6 seasons.
We're going to be tuned in March. We cannot wait for the release. We cannot wait for the launch. Cannot wait for the launch party.
Can't wait for the graduation.
Can't wait for the graduation.
So many things to look forward to.
I'm telling you, this is why I'm telling. That's why I said, like, I don't want to dwell. Like, there's so much to look forward to. It's only, the year just started. Man. All right.
You're still not over yet.
Oh my God. All right. With that being said, this has been another episode of the Good Podcast. I am the most dangerous DJ Eon, with my co-host.
Scary Pop Brother Mike. Stay blessed. We signing out.
And our amazing guest,
Dr. Felder on line 1.
Check her out. March 2025. You got a date for that too, right?
No.
Dates TBA.
TBA.
Dates TBA. Stay
that
tuned.
being said,
Pressure's on. We there though.
Hope y'all good, y'all.
Mike, stay blessed. That's Mike. Stay blessed. Mike, stay blessed. No, I want to do the Aaron Pierce thing.
These are
so
one
bad.
of the things where I have to reel them in.